So, the trailer for the wonderfully weird world of Gumball has just dropped, and at first glance, it might look like more of what we've come to expect from the amazing world of Gumball. Surreal humor, weird characters, and a lot of visual noise. But if you take a closer look, there is actually a lot more going on here in this trailer than you might expect. The trailer is filled with a lot of Easter eggs, secrets, and references to the original show, and that's exactly what we're going to be talking about here today, guys. We're going to be seeing and we're going to be taking a look at all the secret Easter eggs and things you missed, and the full trailer breakdown of the wonderfully weird world of Gumball. So without further ado, guys, let's just get right into it. When the wonderfully weird world of Gumball teaser opens up, we are greeted with a strangely familiar sight. Gumball Watterson asleep in his room, dusty, covered in cobwebs, and his alarm clock blaring out. But when Darwin bursts in, it's just not another Monday morning. He says something that sets the tone for the entire trailer. We are late for school, and then he says, about 7 years. This isn't just a joke about time, it's a joke about real time, because it's been exactly that long since the original show, The Amazing World of Gumball, ended its initial run in 2019. The writers are pulling a classic Gumball move, breaking the fourth wall while acknowledging their own absence. The 7-year nap is more than a gag. It's symbolic for a world frozen in time, and fans have been waiting for years for the movie or sequel series that was promised. Gumball's extended sleep paralysis, the hiatus between the end of the show and this new chapter. This is exactly what it means. It's just not a random joke about time. By showing a version of Gumball literally gathering dust, the creators are speaking directly to the longtime fans, basically saying, we know it's been a while, we didn't forget. The room itself tells a story too. The cobwebs suggest time has passed, but nothing has changed. The calendar is the same, the posters are the same, even the lighting looks like it has been trapped in limbo. It's almost as if the characters have been paused in a digital world. But we're gonna be talking about this in the next points. Basically waiting for the animators to hit resume. This reflects a recurring theme from the original series that the Gumball universe is something more than just a cartoon. It's a self-aware system, a simulation even, where time only moves when the cameras are rolling. Also, something very interesting about this part of the trailer is that the joke also shows us that the wonderfully weird world of Gumball isn't just going to pick up where it left off without commentary. It's a continuation that knows it's a continuation. It acknowledges the fan base, the delay, and the absurdity of returning after so long. Because at first, the trailer doesn't give off the vibe that it's gonna be picking up where it left off, after the void. But it really is. The thought of them saying that they have been late for 7 years to school really tells us that they have been frozen in time. And this is a recurring theme in the Gumball series. And now the storyline is back to being linear once again. It's not diverting from the original show, but it really is a continuation of the same. So with all of this in mind, we know that Gumball hasn't just been asleep, he has been on pause. The Wattersons were waiting to be reanimated, quite literally, in the context that this is an actual simulation that has to do with the real world. They know their animations, they just have to be waiting to be reanimated back again from where they left off in the void. The next thing we see in the trailer is visual distortions, flickering backgrounds, and sudden cuts between surreal scenes. This heavily resembles the effects that we used to see when the characters enter the void, the place where Cartoon Network dumped errors, deleted characters, and mistakes, and this could actually mean that Rob's descent into the void at the end of the original show is still canon. The new series may explore more about this broken universe idea. The fourth wall won't just be broken, it might get shattered entirely. If you recall, the void is where deleted characters like Molly Collins were trapped. Now, with the Wattersons returning, are they gonna be anomalies too? Well, that's gonna be really interesting to see, because everything comes back full circle. The next thing that we see in the trailer is the Gumball's 2D face, to Darwin's glossy 3D texture, to the background shifts. We see the same chaotic blend of animation styles that made the original series so distinct and special. Characters in Gumball have always looked like they came from different shows and genres, because in many ways they actually did. Gumball is a universe of its own. In this trailer, that visual variety is still used again. We can see the background shifts between soft pastels and bold 3D, characters move between flatness and depth, and the quick cuts even mimic YouTube remix cultures, very fitting for today's generation. This reinforces a major theme of the series, absurdity through contrast. The characters, the genres, and even logic often clash, and that's where the humor and social commentary come from. The most important thing about Gumball though, especially in the previous show, the original one, were the references to real-life humor and jokes. Every single time a joke came out, it would appear on Gumball. That's why we're gonna see new jokes in Gumball that we also have in real life. It's all interconnected. But to really understand the significance of this trailer and why it's getting longtime fans excited and maybe just a little bit nervous too, we might have to go back to what made Gumball such a unique show in the first place. Now, before the teaser trailer was released, there was an official episode synopsis written by Cartoon Network. It is actually official. The story involves an AI developing romantic feelings for Nicole Watterson. Yes, Gumball and Darwin's mother. Now, this premise isn't just funny, it's very Gumball, to be honest. We have seen in previous episodes that technology has gone rogue before, like in episodes The Signal. Reality begins to break apart because of a corrupted animation signal. Or in another episode like The Uploads, Gumball and Darwin try to become viral sensations only for digital platforms to literally warp their personalities and control them. Another storyline that was made official by Cartoon Network, and it is hinted in the trailer, is a fast food empire that takes over Elmore. It involves a mysterious new villain called Mr. Builder Burger, who owns every fast food outlet in Elmore. The Wattersons, who try to eat healthy, find themselves up against a town dominated by greasy monopolies. Callback to earlier themes, by the way. Gumball has always been critical of consumerism, like in The Diet, the family's attempt to eat healthy, or in the Society episode. Another storyline that was teased again by Cartoon Network was Banana Joe wearing pants for the first time, and it breaks the world. There is going to be an episode in the wonderfully weird world of Gumball where Banana Joe tries wearing pants for the first time, and it weirds everyone out. So what do you guys think about these Easter egg secrets and details that you missed in the wonderfully weird world of Gumball trailer? Do you think this series is going to live up to the original? And we need a little bit of context for this. The Amazing World of Gumball, which aired from 2011 to 2019, wasn't just another Cartoon Network comedy. It was actually experimental. Visually, it mashed together 2D and 3D, stop motion, puppetry, and even live action photography, all in the same scenes, often even in the same shot actually. It turned the fictional town of Elmore into this constantly shifting, surreal playground where just anything could happen. But it wasn't just the art style that made it special. The writing, especially in later seasons, took on a surprisingly layered and meta tone. These characters would often acknowledge that they were in a cartoon, episodes would often break the fourth wall regularly, they poked fun at media tropes, and sometimes delivered biting satire about real-world issues, all under the guise of absurd kid-friendly humor. Now, it was also a show that grew over time. Early episodes leaned more into slapstick and episodic stories, but by the end of its run, Gumball had developed a kind of an internal mythology environment where characters became more aware of their existence. The town of Elmore started to feel like a glitching simulation, and there were real questions being asked about who was in control, what was real, and whether anything in this cartoon world truly mattered. Of course, breaking the fourth wall in a way that no other cartoon had ever done before. That's why it was special. This new trailer for what appears to be both a film and potential soft reboot or a sequel series brings all of that history with it. It picks up where the show left off, possibly even moments after the finale, and quickly launches us into a new, more chaotic version of Elmore, or maybe not even Elmore at all. Who knows? There is clearly something deeper happening here. Characters are glitching, the environment is shifting, some familiar faces look slightly off, and there are moments in the trailer that seem to hint at a larger narrative, and things that you definitely didn't see. So what do you guys think about these Easter egg secrets and details that you missed in the wonderfully weird world of Gumball trailer? Do you think this series is gonna live up to the original?